it's Heather Moxie and welcome to my channel. So not too long ago, I gave my Ikea shoe cabinet a makeover using only a few supplies. It was a simple DIY to customize a really functional piece of furniture, and I loved how it turned out, but of course there's always some new project that I'm working on, which is probably why I still haven't gotten around to doing an apartment tour. But after recently working with chalkboard paint, I was dying to style this cabinet another way. So in today's video, I'll be showing you a second way to style this shoe cabinet with a quick chalkboard makeover. To get started, I removed the decorative paper from my last DIY. I was able to get everything off using a damp cloth, but that left behind the adhesive spray. Thankfully, I was able to remove it by cleaning it with Goof Off, which is actually magic. I love this stuff. Now for this project, you'll need a surface cleaner and towel, painter's tape, a sanding square, chalkboard paint, a roller brush, and of course, a little bit of chalk. After removing the hardware, lightly sand the surface and remove any dust with a dry towel. Depending on your surface, you might want to use primer before painting, but truthfully, I tend to skip primer and I've never really noticed a difference as long as the surface isn't tricky to work with. Add tape to all of the edges to prevent as little paint bleed as possible and you can begin painting. Add 2 to 3 light coats of paint to each drawer face, leaving each drawer enough time to dry in between coats. Whenever I use chalkboard paint, I like to use a paint roller instead of the chip brushes I normally use when I paint with chalk paint. Those two paints are really similar, but they require different brushes since they have a slightly different finish and purpose. Once each coat of paint is dry and before adding another, lightly sand the surface and remove any dust. I tend to forget this step a lot, so it won't necessarily ruin the finish, but it definitely makes the end result look much smoother. Set the drawers aside to dry and cure for at least a day before putting everything back together. A few days later, I was able to add the hardware and condition each surface with chalk. This makes it much easier to write and erase for the life of the chalkboard paint. I put the drawers back into the cabinet and this second makeover is done. So our apartment is constantly changing, but I love the simplicity of this project. It was easy to do and it makes a big statement for our entryway. I love that we can write on it and put little messages, and honestly, I'm just really feeling chalkboard paint right now. I don't know why. So if you're interested in doing this DIY or want to know more about any of the items I used, check out the description box below or leave a comment. Whenever I'm not making YouTube videos, you guys can find me on Instagram or Twitter at HeatherMoxieDIY to see what I'm up to and working on. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Bye!